Today on Primetime Local News is the last of a three-part series discussing agricultural-related topics with local federal election candidates. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with the remaining candidates from the Battleford-Lloydminster riding. We have Eric Hansen, who is with the NDP. We also have Larry Ingram, who is the Liberal candidate. First question I will be asking these candidates is about exports. So over the past year, during the pandemic, most industries in Canada and Saskatchewan as well saw a sharp decrease in exports. The agricultural industry, on the other hand, saw a sharp rise. They were one of the only industries. My question to these candidates is, how will you and your party ensure that the agricultural industry still plays a really key role in post-pandemic economic growth?
The capabilities are there. And if my job, if I was to be elected, would be to have discussions with all of these parties and try to come to some sort of consensus or compromise to make sure that we're all on the same page and going forward, that we can keep the family farms alive and keep producing enough food for our country and enough to spread around the world, because there's so much need around the world, and we just don't have the process or the will, I think, sometimes to address it in the proper way. It's always boils down to dollars and cents, and if we have to work on some way economically to address all those issues and make it fair for everyone.
Our country is leading the way in growth in selling grains to other countries, and products such as the beef and the pork industry are really benefiting from programs and sales from the federal government. We've been working consistently with China to make it so that we can sell our canola and our pork into China. We've been working with Turkey and other countries to sell our peas and our beans. And I think if we continue on this track, pushing forward, everybody will do all right.
The next question is very open-ended. It is, what do you believe is the most pressing issue in the agricultural and agri-food industry? And what do you and your party propose to solve this issue?
The biggest problem is the environmental catastrophe that we're in and we're heading deeper into because of the lack of action to mitigate it. So how do we deal with that? We start dealing with it. I mean, it's just that simple. All we have to do is have the leadership in government, but unfortunately, we don't have enough of that yet. And it's because I don't think the people that are running government right now, I think they're under pressure from outside of government to keep the status quo. And we just can't stay there. I'm just stating a fact. We can't stay in the status quo. We have to adapt. And if we don't adapt, we're all going to suffer. So yeah, the solution is, let's address the climate change.
I believe that the most pressing issue in the agriculture industry right now is the transportation of goods. I think that is probably one of the hardest hit parts of our industry, and I hope that the government can continue working with the transportation groups to make it better for the industry. We have a strong competition of the rail lines, and in time it would be really nice if we had more ability to get more grain to the port.
Interviews with the other Battleford-Lloydminster candidates, as well as the Lakeland candidates, are posted online on our social media pages, as well as our YouTube channel.